Okay, so today basically I'm going to be talking about the two main ways that gang stalkers try to sacrifice the people that are being gang stalked. So I did a little bit of research on, you know, satanic rituals that people use when they're trying to make people sacrifices. So now most of the stuff like I've already pretty much got a feel for in everyday life, things that I've seen, things that I have experienced. But I researched some things to kind of, and well, it verified some of the things that I was thinking and experiencing and seeing. So the first main type of sacrifice is more obvious than the second type of sacrifice. So the first type of sacrifice, of course, is just when they literally go out to kill you. So basically, they will set you up. They will get a lot of people involved at times in high and low places, in low positions, people who don't really work to people who work in certain positions. So I'm not going to name the type of positions that these people work in and what they do. Just know that, like what the Bible says, you fight against spiritual wickedness in high and low places. So that means people who have low status and people who have status of power, all of them together, the evil people, gang up together and they will come against you. So they will basically create a space. They will clear out that space for everyone else in order for you to personally get attacked. All these people will be in on it or will be knowledgeable of it, most of the people, especially in the space that they have cleared out so that they can easily make way to get to you. The people on the outskirts, everything will look normal. They might not even know what's going on. But in that space that they have cleared so that nobody else will be in the way, so that you will be a clear target, those people will know what's going on. How are they going to know what's going on? These people have had meetings together about you. These people are speaking in code together about you, whoever is being gang stalked. How do I know this? Observation, because I am a person who has been gang stalked and I literally am watching. Like every day, I feel like I have to be ready to, I have to be armed, like with the armor of God and whatever my amendments are, whatever my rights as a person is, because I literally feel like people are plotting against me. And I truly wish it was paranoia. That would be the best thing in my life if it was paranoia. But based on the things that I've seen, it doesn't fit the description of paranoia. Evidence doesn't add up to paranoia. So the first way is that they just clear ways out for you to be sacrificed. They plan things. They they call people. Say you want to order some food. Now, all the time they won't do this, but there's always that chance, and they will set you up in small places and they'll try in big places. The only thing that will protect you is the good people who are absolutely not going to go for it. For example, you can go to let's say, a fast food restaurant or a fast food place. When you walk in, you will see a person automatically get on their cell phone and they'll just start talking. They're at the window. You're inside. They're at the window where you're supposed to be talking to them, making your order, and they're literally talking to somebody like in code. You can't understand what's really going on in the conversation. You're wondering, why is this person ignoring me? Where's the customer service? Somebody's telling them what to do at that very point. First of all, it's not even professional to have your cell phone on you unless it's an emergency phone call. And it would be obvious if it was an emergency phone call. But still, it's not appropriate. Somebody else would take your order. Excuse me, sorry, I have to take this call. Can you get this? Okay? So they'll set you up like that. You won't know what's going on. But how you will know is they will say something like, you'll say, well, I want this, which is something that's right in front of you. And it'll be a lot of that's in front of you. Like, say you'll say, I'm just giving an example, a different one from what I experienced. Say you want some rice and all the rice is right there. And then they'll say, oh, well, this rice isn't fresh. Let me go to the back and get you some rice. And you're like, no, because they've probably been instructed to put something in your food. I don't want that. Just give me whatever's right there. Because if that is not good, then why is it still there in the first place? You should have already gotten rid of that and put the fresh stuff up there. But they'll make it seem like they're giving you special treatment. Sometimes they'll like groom you into feeling like they'll give you special treatment. Some people really do respect you, but be very careful because other people are really, really setting you up. So it's better to be safe and just go along with what everybody else will be doing. If they have things set out for you to see, then why are they going to the back to get it for you? So the first thing is that they will literally set it up for you to get killed or put in some type of trap where they will have somebody try to poison you. Nowadays, everything is done on the phone. So they basically probably, I believe, can see everything that you're doing because they're probably tracking you and people that you associate with. They've hacked into your phone and all your information, especially if you ever cracked your phone or it fell in the water. You might have needed somebody to fix it. Even without those things, there's people who literally sit outside people's house trying to tether and hack into their information. This is the new thing that's going on in America now that there's so many people who have become an addition to America. People are doing scams and schemes and they're trying to find ways of making money, and that's usually hacking into people's information and jeopardizing their lives on purpose. People who have been a part of a hate group against you, a part of smear campaigns and also death campaigns where they literally are coming after you. They want your life. I don't know if they want your organs, what they want. They want to steal your property. They want to steal your intellectual property. They want to steal, just information, anything. That's why you don't write your ideas on paper. That's like the stupidest thing I feel like you can do. You keep your ideas in your head and you pretty much record everything. So these people will try to poison you. For example, I know I said I didn't want a particular thing in my food. Like I stopped eating a certain thing. Tell me why it was showing up in odd foods. Like I don't want onions in my food right now. I've eaten onions, but they've been making me feel kind of weird lately. So I order something, like make sure there's no onions. I get lasagna and there's like chopped up onions in my lasagna. That's another thing. So this goes into the second part of how they sacrifice you, if they don't just outright try to kill you, the other part is they sacrifice you in a way that you are never happy. They make sure that you're never happy. They cause a chemical imbalance in you. It's extremely mathematical, whether they know that they're doing it that way or not. But they're trying to lower your serotonin levels, your dopamine levels, everything that's like good and positive. They're trying to literally strip you away. So you may feel like your life is cursed. If you feel like your life is cursed and blessed at the same time, like I've heard people say, it's because somebody has tried to put you up for a sacrifice in one of these two ways. They either try to completely get rid of you, which usually that might be the main goal, or they are super satanic, they're Satanists, masochists, I don't know what that's, masochism or whatever, and they basically want to make you miserable. Hey, so they want to make you miserable. That's a part of the sacrificing. They don't want you to be happy. You know, they're just out to constantly make sure that you're not getting your way in life. If you want something good to eat, they'll make sure that there's this little thing that they did to your food that makes you paranoid. If you say you don't want onions and you order a cheesecake, they'll put a little piece of onion on your cheesecake. I mean, literally, like weird stuff like that. Because you were ordering barbecue and they usually put onions in, well, they just mistakenly, did that. In your relationships, they will try to make sure that, you know, you're not happy in your relationships. They'll target your friends, they'll target, your family. They'll try to get your family involved with targeting you. Most of the people who do this are people who are lower income. They feel like they can't become anything in life. They've been in jail and people haven't provided, certain provisions to allow them to, reach self-actualization. And so they get involved with this stalking type of thing. So I basically just wanted to come on and let you know that yes, there's like two forms of gang stalking. I'm doing okay. So there's like two forms of gang stalking: the outright sacrificing you, and then the sacrificing that just make sure that you're always miserable. Also, when you're about to get yourself together, you start organizing, you start turning your life around, you start actually, putting everything in order. Those are the times where they will try to attack you the most as well. So it's important for these people who are getting gang stalked, such as myself, is to have money so that you can have a high grade of security. I'm not talking about the type of security where you just, you have a bell on your window so that if somebody opens the windows, it goes ding, or there's an, you know, you need real security. Make sure you have double bolts, you know what I'm saying? You have extra locks, you have camera footage that you can see instantly. Be careful out here. Remember that if you feel blessed and cursed at the same time, that is a form of a ritual sacrifice. They don't want you to be happy. They don't want you to eat happily. They don't want you to have relationships happily. They don't want you to reach success. They don't want you to be financially able and financially stable. They do not want you to smile. They don't want you to laugh. They don't want you to have a good time. They feed off of your misery. You know, when somebody's having you know, when they have a bad day, what makes them happy is to see you unhappy. If they do something or pull a horrible joke on you that's life threatening and you're, being tortured, they enjoy that. That makes their day. That's the type of sacrifice they're giving to their evil deities or whatnot. I've been targeted, but I mean, it's extremely hard when you're targeted. It's extremely hard. It's like they want, you know what I'm saying? They want your life, basically. They just don't want you to be happy. There's something that has to be good about you or something that they know you're going to overcome. Most of the time, that's the reason, or something that you've conquered. They do not want you to be happy. That's what it is. And a lot of times it's just a sign you'll start getting nightmares and all type of things, which is basically a sign that you're in a very toxic environment. You're probably in an environment where the crime rate is extremely high and the violent crimes are extremely high. You're probably in a neighborhood or a place where the unemployment rate is extremely low, and not just during the pandemic, all year round. You're probably in a place where when you look outside, it seems like nobody's ever working. There's tons of cars at houses, and it's just all type of suspicious things going on. And then the people that you need, sometimes you feel like those people are a part of it, are turning on you. And it's like this with this human sacrificing, it's completely, there's no excuse, there's no you're pure, you're sacred. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter to Christians, especially in their mind, because or people who believe that somebody has already sacrificed, died and sacrificed their life on the cross. So why do I have to be tortured and why do I have to be sacrificed? I don't. So then people bring up the point that, well, there are reasons why people are believing in this religious type of sacrifice thing when it comes to pure people. It's happened all around the world and things like that. What about Abraham when Jesus said, basically try your son? Yeah, but he didn't do it. And in the end, God basically was like, don't do that. And also later it was written, thou shalt not murder. So how is it good to make a sacrifice of a human body? And even really of animals, unless we're eating them. Like it says that we're supposed to watch over the animals and tend over the animals. Not it didn't say we're supposed to use them as sacrifices. And if God said that, he would have just literally said that. Use this person as a sacrifice. He would have repeated it over and over and over and over again if it was a thing. People can't really prove that. It's not. It's not a thing. He said that I gave my only beloved son so that you may have life. So who's out here trying to bother you? Who's out here trying to destroy your life if God did that so that you could have life? So basically, I don't want to go into a whole sermon because I'll get all worked up and start preaching. And I know that everybody is not a Christian and everybody is not 100% spiritual like that. So, me personally, I feel non denominational, but I like things from different religions and stuff like that. But I'm not just fully gonna just be this or that. So, I just wanted to bring that to you guys. That there's two type of sacrifices. It's not just killing you, even though that could be an objective, but making sure that you're unhappy, making sure that you're not being satisfied in your relationships, making sure that it's extremely hard for you to live a normal life. That is a sign that somebody is practicing satanic rituals against you. If you're getting that feeling, then it's probably for a reason. So, you guys be careful. I pray that you get the proper security that you need for your homes, especially if you're someone who travels or you're a single person. Make sure that you're protecting yourself because people who are single and people who travel are usually more of a target. Please get the security that you need and pay attention to the signs and do what you need to do so that you can be protected and safe because it is your right and it's your right to be safe and it's your right to have a good quality of life. Nobody should take that away from you. So thank you for listening and I really hope that all of your situations get better and that we continue to be a community that is helpful to each other. Thank you.